months after the minutes are approved. It is requested that all persons wishing to speak before the board shall state their name, address, and the subject matter upon which they wish to speak for the record. In the interest of facilitating the business of the board, all persons addressing the board shall be limited to 2 minutes, unless such time is extended by the chairman for good cause. Individuals are requested to remain in their seats and to respect when other persons are speaking.
Mr. Chairman, 2 thoughts. One is to announce an executive session that was conducted prior to the meeting tonight regarding real estate matters and personnel matters. And secondly, you read this statement at the beginning, and it does make sense for people to give their name and address because the minute taker has to get that information down. It really helps to create the minutes. But also, it's a requirement under Pennsylvania law that people give their name and address. So that is off record.
Thank you. Does everybody understand that? What I'm trying to say is, please, your name and address. Public comment on agenda items. Do you have any public comment right now? No. We'll move on. Village Drive speed tables, parking lines, pavement markings report. Carol, Schul.
Thank you. Would you like me to turn on the lights, Carol? I think that was very helpful. Right. Thank you, Larry. I'm working on that right now. Sorry, I have a clear window. Can I leave that for you? Thank you. Carol? Yes, if I may have a copy of that letter, that would be great. That's what. Yes, I did. All right, so what I'm showing you tonight is a plan of speed tables and pavement markings. Can everybody hear me? No. And this plan is the culmination of meetings and discussions that sought input from numerous stakeholders. There are 2 speed tables indicated as previously approved by the board, 1 year. 1 year. This is Village Drive and Spring Mountain Road. I have suspicion most people in this room know where we are. But in case you don't, we're talking about a development that's located directly across the street from the municipal building. The municipal building is located right back here. And this is Village Drive. This is Township. So 2 speed tables are indicated, and in addition, there are pavement markings proposed to define and delineate a parking lane on one side of the Village Drive, right down through here, an 8-foot wide parking lane. More markings are provided to deter parking within the sight lines that are required for Aspen Way. So you see 4 markings here, 4 markings here, and 4 markings here. So just a little history here. The speed tables are designed in accordance with Publication 383 of PennDOT's Traffic Calming Handbook, and that speed table installation was previously directed by the Board of Supervisors. At a meeting with representatives from the Spring Mountain Homeowners Association, And that table, since that meeting, was adjusted a bit further to the north, as requested. And to install the speed tables, Public Works will coordinate with the equipment contractor, Saxon Sons, to schedule the paving work. Upon completion, pavement markings will be placed by a line paving contractor, and the signs ordered and installed by the Department of Public Works. Now, parking is a concern that was raised by the Homeowners Association in recent months. They have concerns that current parking patterns on both sides of the western portion of Village Drive are creating a public safety concern because they inhibit access by emergency vehicles. They requested that parking lanes be delineated on one side of Village Drive. So on the portion of Village Drive from Spring Mountain Road to Aspen Way, it was agreed by the Homeowners Association representatives and the township staff that parking on the west side was appropriate. The plan has been designed accordingly. The parking lane is defined from Spring Mountain Road to Aspen Way by a 4-inch solid white line. In addition, there's floor striping added at each intersection to inhibit parking within the area necessary for required sight lines for vehicles exiting Aspen Way. Should the floor striping be ineffective by itself, no parking near the corner signs can be added for additional guidance. A double yellow line will define the center line on this portion of the road from Aspen Way down to Springwood. Placement of parking on the east side of Village Drive was also discussed. The Homeowners Association indicated they prefer parking on the west side of the street. And the township staff preferring the east side of the street for a variety of reasons. But near the eastern intersection of Spring Mountain Road and Village Drive, there are properties that front on Village Drive that are not part of the Homeowners Association and not represented by that board. Those property owners were invited to offer comment on parking strategies on Village Drive, and in reply they voiced their objections to changes or restrictions to parking in front of their properties. The anecdotal evidence of parking on both sides that may inhibit emergency access relates primarily to the western portion of Village Drive. We recommend delaying further action on parking on the eastern portion so the speed table installation can proceed. Were the township to add parking restrictions at another time, the speed table markings would then be adjusted accordingly. Finally, I wanted to bring forward that pedestrian crossings were desired by representatives from the Homeowners Association. An incorporation of pedestrian crossings is worthy of consideration and further discussion. Pedestrian crosswalks need to be accessible, so sidewalk extensions and accessible curb ramps need to be designed and installed with those sidewalks, with those crosswalks. Sidewalk ramp design and installation was beyond the initial scope of this project. Creation of ADA compliant accessible ramps requires survey and design, and as a publicly funded project, they're very expensive. So to move this project forward towards installation as rapidly as feasible, we have not included pedestrian crosswalks in the plan. It's certainly possible to add them later, and this design does not prevent crosswalk addition at a later date. There is a CDBG grant funding program as a potential source of revenue for funding ramp installation should the town wish to explore that option. And finally, implementation of this plan would require a revision to the township ordinance, it's code section 158-21, which would prohibit parking by ordinance on the east side of Village Drive from the westerly intersection with Spring Mountain Road all the way to the northern intersection with Aspen Way. Speed tables must be constructed by milling and paving, as we mentioned earlier, to define dimensions, and pavement markings must be painted, signs purchased and installed. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you have on this proposal. I believe the township road commissioner has submitted this plan to obtain an estimate for line
Is there school bus stops at all? Maybe with the parking?
It should not adversely impact school bus stops, no.
So that's, it will not impact maybe the school bus, routes or school bus stops.
Correct.
Is that, I mean, is that correct?
We still have 2 standard width lanes in addition to the 8-foot parking lane.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Name is Lou Gettner, 24 Brunley Road. Carol, my question is there any consideration to limit the parking on the curb of Village Drive? Is that going to be straight to eliminate parking?
For this plan right now, to get things moving, I've got just the parking striping and parking restrictions on this section here. That doesn't mean we can't do it later, but I was trying to get to something that comes as close as possible to pleasing all people at once, so that we can move forward and get the installation underway.
And the speed bump on the east side was moved up a little bit.
Yes, it was right here on the plan when we met, and now it's been moved up to here. That's as far north as we could go before the grade starts to get beyond here.
Appreciate everything you poured out. Thank you very much.
Sure thing. And thank you for your help adding input.
Bob.
Bob Burns, 102 Zieglerville Road. Carol, on the westbound side coming in from Spring Mountain Road, I believe we have an ordinance already that states that you're not allowed to park 500 or 550 feet from the Spring Mountain intersection back. I don't know if that applies both to the westbound and eastbound. I think the way I read it was the westbound, and it looks like,
Yeah, there's actually a sign out there right about here. That
Yes,
says
there is.
park the rest of the way down. And actually, my memory is that was implemented because they had concerns about fire truck access and fire trucks being able to turn in there with parking on both sides. This is going to limit the parking to one side. We should be able to get the emergency vehicles through there just fine, and this would be a change to that ordinance. You're still going to have at least 50 feet, at least 30 feet here before the stop sign that's hashed off, no parking, because you can't stop, you can't park in the first place.
all right, so you're going to eliminate the existing ordinance and let them park all the way down?
This would override that, yes.
Okay.
But it would also be no, the ordinance is actually changed to say no parking on this side all the way up here.
Okay. The other question, at one of our previous meetings, I handed in a petition with 123 signatures that talked about parking striping, centerline striping, and whatnot through both townhouse communities. And I had asked Terry Forchek if he had given that to you and the chief and Tommy when you got the letter from the homeowners association. One of the critical areas on the east side from the speed bump back towards Brimley, where a lot of the existing people are parking, there are a lot of the people that signed the petition to have that parking there. The other thing is, in talking to PennDOT, I talked to Vince, he mentioned to me that any road with 800 cars per day traffic should have a double yellow center line. So these roads here have over 1,000 by Chief Maxey's report that he did a year or so ago. I think it would be wise to have the double yellow line completely on the whole area of Village Drive from one end to the other.
So the MUTCD guidance on center line striping is not 800 cars a day, it's in the thousands. I don't know where that information came from PennDOT. Was it Vince Cervone you were talking to?
Yeah.
I'll be happy to reach out to him and find out. But really our scope of work was focusing on Village Drive because we want to get this moving forward.
Correct.
With the speed tables and the pavement markings. And I guess we're a little bit in the spirit that with the speed tables, which was, let's try this in the place where it's needed most before we start going all over the place with it. And so, based on the reports from the representatives of the homeowners association, this is the area where they really need that definition and that delineation to preserve access for emergency vehicles. So this is where where I'm suggesting the township try it first and decide if they want to do it.
But on the eastbound side, people are still going to allow to park there, even though there's not going to be any designated parking stalls.
There will be no change to the eastern end of the
update on an ordinance regarding plastic.
So this is in my report now. We've reviewed other municipalities' ordinances and got some feedback from Carol's firm. It's been very helpful. And looking at the state law preemption issues, and certainly those issues come more into play with mining, as opposed to, clarify with Carol, that our issue here is blasting in conjunction with development projects. So I think we're going to have more leeway when it comes to being able to regulate blasting, as opposed to being preempted totally by state law. So we'll create the ordinance, we'll send it to Carol for her review and comment, and then of course it will go to the planning commission for their review and comment, eventually it will percolate its way back up to the board of supervisors for action on that ordinance. And that's all I have at the moment. Thank you.
Any questions on this? Announcements of Goshen Road Sidewalk Grant Award. We were awarded the grant, and we have a lot of paperwork to do with it coming up. So as we progress with it, we'll keep everybody informed of where we're at. It'll be a little while yet until we get everything done. If there's any questions, that's where we sit.
So just to clarify, we asked for, this is a $125,000 project for the sidewalk on Goshen Road. The county granted us $102,000 towards that, which is, I believe, 80%. We have to come up with the rest, which we do in advance. But this is good news because we're getting the majority of the money to put that sidewalk in from the county. Thank you.
Sheriff Frederick, can you clarify the proposal, was it for the shorter side or the longer
It
side?
was the longer side.
Okay.
Yes. All right, public comment. You have any public comment? Yes,
Bill Smith, 205 Gerlach Road. On May the 6th, I had come to the Board of Supervisors inquiring about the approval process on the sewer extension that was up at Main Road and Pine Hill Road. At that time, the board was still prepared to, address the question that I posed about the authorization of that project and some of my concerns. So I felt I would come tonight seeking an answer to the question about the approval process. I just, for the sake of the audience, posed that question based on a sewer extension project at Main Road that took the sewer service area of the Schwanksville Borough Authority and extended it into the R1 district of Lower Frederick Township. It was based on a request by the property owner at the time at 104 Main Road to extend that sewer to make a connection to their property at the onset for purposes of selling their property. Eventually, it morphed into, I suppose, a decision to sewer that property based on the health risk that they felt was present. And consequently, the Schwanksville Borough Authority initiated a process and requirements in conjunction with the DEP to enable a sewering of that site. But my concern was the process seemed to go through asking eventually for approval from Lower Frederick Township, which through my investigation and calls and contacts did not sort of suggest to me, at least, that the approval of our board was integral to that eventual acceptance by Lower Frederick Township as an approved project. So I came to the board on the 6th of May and asked them questions about that. At that time, the board members present, which everybody was there, did not have an answer as to what had gone on there. Apparently nobody was aware that this process had gone through to an approval submitted by Lower Frederick Township to the Department of Environmental Protection. That was on November the 28th, or 21st of 2018. The process actually began on October and April of 2018 and went over the course of those, 7+ months or whatever, to the final project that actually culminated in a construction activity this past month. And that was roughly a year later. So I'm here tonight to ask the board what the answer to my question might be. How did that get to an approval without having the board aware of that process?
Carol, you discuss
Well, if I may, Phil, you did a fine job retracing the steps of that particular project. So let's go back a ways. I don't have the file in front of me.
But I did take it upon myself to create kind of a documentation and an expression of my concern, so I'll give you.
Thank you. At some point, it was approved by, I believe, the previous township manager at LTL. Is that, am I remembering that correctly, Phil?
LTL.
Our code enforcement zoning officers
That was Dan at that area.
that stayed walls.
He can't approve the sewage extension.
No, well, there's a rule everybody has to play, so I just want to be sure. Okay, so what did you find out?
Well, essentially, my inquiry came by way of the fact that when I was driving down Lake Road, I saw all these, markings on the road. So I inquired of Terry, what was going on there, and then of course he forwarded my request for information to Carol and to our roadmaster. At that time, Carol came back to him and said there's a project to extend the sewering, and the actual wording is there. I put that into the document. But she basically had returned that, there's an activity taking place, that there's going to be a sewering of 104 Main Road. So that raised a few other concerns, and I decided I would call, the DEP and the health department to find out just how that was approved at that point. But in the interim, Carol came back with some additional information to provide to me, and she had said that the board was made aware early on, which would have been, I suspect, around April or the end of April or beginning of May. It was filed as a report, I think, at the May 1st, 2018 public meeting that some activity was taking place to perhaps, sewer two parcels in Lower Frederick Township with public sewering that were previously on on-site systems. So that, I figured, well, okay, if the Schweinsville Borough Authority is going for an extension of their system, there ought to be a good, reason why that all took place. So I contacted